you'll never know the heartache of looking a grown man in the eye, and he asked, am I gonna make it? And you've gotta lie. Well, they call me Doc, but I ain't got no degree. When shit hits the fan, they're calling for me. From bluegrass Kentucky, with red blood on my hands, nobody calls me hero except for my friends. Yeah, they call me Doc.
Welcome, brothers and sisters and American patriots, to another episode of Sick Call with Doc. I'm Rod Doc Walbeck, hospital corpsman veteran. With me today, my fucking awesome co-host, Joe Misfit Glenn, United States Army combat medic. Episode 9 of Sick Call with Doc. Finally found a sister to come on this show and talk and reach out. Today, I want to introduce everybody to Monika Setsodi. She was United States Air Force Munitions Systems Journeyman.
Nice.
Lady, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. This is groundbreaking on our little thing we do. Finally have our first sister come on. And I was struck by you as soon as you reached out, because you said two things, Monika, and we're going to touch on those two things today.
Okay.
You said, in other words, I need help, but you also said, and I want to help.
Mm-hmm.
And that instantly was like, first I thought you were a bot. Like it was a brand new page, like we just got started, right? Brand new page.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden somebody's telling me they're a veteran and they're reaching out. And it never even dawned on me that it was real at first.
I don't even know how your page just came. And I go, I don't even know how I just found you. You just like appeared out of nowhere.
We weren't friends on Facebook. You didn't know nothing. You were Brian's. You were not connected to the Veterans Canada community, which I hope you do. But just all of a sudden you were there. I'm like,
yeah,
like we just had the page that day, and that night you were on.
Yeah, you just appeared. I'm just with the worst time ever. And I was just like, okay, I'm calling this guy right here. I need this person.
Good. That's what we like to see. That's beautiful.
So I asked a couple of questions to see if you were a real person, or if you were going to bullshit me, like a bot or something. I love your blonde long hair. Dude, you got it way wrong. So Monika, welcome to the show. Air Force sister. I don't know where you want to start or where it's going to end. That's what I love about this podcast. You can start from wherever you wish to start to wherever you wish to end. You can. You are not censored. We don't edit.
Nope.
This is going to be on the street as we do it. Okay.
I can just start from the beginning if you want. I can just start from the beginning, from basic training on, if you want.
Wherever you wish to begin.
Yep. As much or as little. As much or as little.
Fucking Air Force, first off.
Well, I was like, my dad was Air Force. My grandpa was Air Force on my dad's side of the family. Then my mom's side of the family was all Army. And then I was like, well, I want to be a Marine. And then I was like, I really don't like the water. And then I was like, they were going to give me a crappy job. So I was like, so I went and took the Air Force test and I aced it. And they go, you can have whatever job you want. And they just kept reading the stuff. And I was like, I don't want to do any of that. It's boring. And then the very last one was, well, munitions. I go, well, what's that? They're like, oh, well, you basically assemble bombs and missiles. I go, why didn't you start with that? I got that one.
Right.
So I did that one. So I was here in Coos Bay, Oregon when I joined, and I didn't tell anybody I joined. I had a 3-month waiting period, and I didn't tell anybody until 7 days before I had to leave to go to Met. Me a one-way bus ticket to Portland and said, peace. And she didn't go to my sign in. So I went to basic training, and it was when drill sergeants actually yelled at you, spit on you, made you scrub shit with your toothbrush. Like, it was not like how they have safe spaces now. Your safe space is inside you. When we went, you just went, let's just, every time, like every time I went into the chow hall and walked next to the snake pit, which is all the drill sergeants, they would scream at me and be like, I told you no makeup. And I'm like, we don't even have access to makeup. So they would take a napkin every day and wipe my face and go, that's just how you look. And go, that's what God made me. I don't know. And so then they wouldn't give us toilet paper. And so my call home, I was like, we haven't had toilet paper in a week. My mom got mad, called the general of the base. Shit,
Jesus,
the drill sergeant came to me and said, Setsodi, you don't get toilet paper. He was on me like stink on shit. I had to do everything twice. At the day of graduation, he said, not you. You're recycled. Do it again. So I did basic training twice.
Oh, shit.
So the second time through, I balleted through that shit like it was fucking easy as fuck. I was like, whatever. And then he kept always yelling at me and spitting at me. And I go, you've never met my mama. I'm all, because you don't scare me. And so I did basic training twice. And then I went to Wichita Falls, Texas to go to tech school. And I did the night schooling from like 3 to 11 or something like that. And we had this, the instructor supervisor, he used to get me out of bed every night and take me back to the schoolhouse and molest the shit out of me. But I kept it to myself. And then my roommate ended up telling somebody. And the next thing you know, he's telling me, walking up to my window, going, you're going to die. And so then I was going to be kicked out. So I called my parents and be like, hey, this like really old dude. And he was old. Like I was 20 and he was like 45, 50. And I'm like, he's doing this, that, and the other, but it's the service and I'm in man's career field. So I'm going to get kicked out. And they're like, oh, you deserved it. You probably liked it. So I was like, all right, whatever. So I ended up not getting kicked out. And he got just sent away somewhere. He just reduced a little bit of rank and then he just finished out his career. Then I went into my first base at Moody, and then which was easy. I liked my base. Everyone was there, was really nice because I didn't have any brothers or sisters, so they would do all practical jokes on me all the time and tape me to stuff and put frogs in my hat because I'm terrified of frogs. It was fun. But then and then I was only there for like 3 months, and then they sent me to Kuwait. And I was like, oh, no. And we arrived in Kuwait with a belly flop landing because the C-130's landing gear didn't come out. So they're all, brace yourself. And we're like, okay. So we did. And we went, whoosh, and we just slid for a little bit. And I was like, oh, people got hurt. I didn't get hurt. It was fine. And then my uncle's wife decided this was when the internet first came out, because I'm older than Google. And she was doing some weird online game and talking to these people saying that they said they were also vets, or not vets, but they were in the service and they were over there in Kuwait too. And so she gave them all my information, my name, my rank, what I did for a living, all this stuff. Next thing you know, I'm in the bomb dump and I'm not wearing my BDU shirt. I'm just chilling and I'm going to the gate to go and check an allotment to see, because we had to give it to the army or something like that. And I was going to go make sure we had it. And when I got to the gate, a Humvee pulled up and it was like a clown car of Muslims and they just piled out. And I was like, oh shit. And he brings out his little blue memo pad and he's like, I'm looking for Monika Setsodi. And I go, I don't know who she is. And he goes, oh, aren't you her? And I go, no. I go, there's other women here. And I go, it's not me. That's not my name. And he goes, no, she's 5'3", and she's about a pound, brown hair, blue eyes. And I go, still not me. I go, there's other girls. We're all short. And he was like, nope, this is you. He ended up naming my mom, my dad, their address, my aunt, my uncles, their address. I mean, all my family members, they knew everything. They knew my social security number. They knew everything. And they held me at gunpoint and were going to put me in the Humvee. And then someone out of the maintenance building saw it and they came running. And so when they came running, as I was going to get in the Humvee, I just dropped to my knees and I freaking low crawled as fast as I could underneath the gate and into the building. And I crawled underneath the desk. And they're like, what are you doing? I'm all those people here. Freaking, I'm not going back out there. And so I just sat there and waited. And then the first cert was all mad. He's like, how did this happen? Da, 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 da. We could never find the people. What are they? Like, they just bounced and da, 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 da. We couldn't catch them. I go, I don't know. And I go, I don't have internet. Their cell phones didn't exist back then. Like, I don't have computers. So that whole thing freaking happened. And it was all like a big clusterfuck. And I got in trouble for it. And so I had to sweep sand, turn over rocks, freaking dumb crap, you know, the stupid crap they make you do. Yeah. And then we were going to the Kuwaiti bomb dump. And of course, I'm the only girl. And then the Kuwaitis wanted to shoot me. So I had to get on my hands and knees again with my hands behind my head. And all the men are like, no, 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 no. I mean, I cut my hair like a guy. I tried to look like a guy. It didn't work. So they finally let me in. And they just held me at gunpoint while we did our job. So that was a nightmare. And then we went downtown. And my dumb ass wore men's boxer shorts because it's 122 degrees outside. So the Muslim women surrounded me and they just started throwing rocks at me. I was a bloody freaking mess because I got separated from the rest of the people, all the men that I went with, because I'm like, squirrel, ooh, what's that? So I wandered off. And next thing you know, they were throwing rocks at me. So I was like in the fetal position, just covering my face, going out, you know, like I was like, oh crap. So then they found me. They whisked me away. And so then that happened. And then I went back to base. Months later, and then men just would always break in my room and try and rape me and all this stuff. And I found a way to get out of it. If you act like you want it and say, wait a minute, I go, oh, this is going to be awesome. I totally want this, but let me get that real quick. You get away and then you can leave and start running. So several times I ran out of my dorm room naked like a jaybird, but it's the military, so they don't get in trouble. In fact, they kicked me out because I complained so much. They said, well, you're in a man's career field. If you can't hack it, you got to get out. So they discharged me on a personality disorder.
I promise you, if you were my soldier, I would have beat every one of those people within an inch of their fucking life.
Oh, my God. What is this?
Where the fuck was your command?
They didn't care. They said that they just didn't care. I went and I told them we had meetings and they just were like, well, you need to suck it up. So I just sucked it.
If any of your command happens to be watching this right now, I hope that you guys hear me. You guys suck. You're pieces of shit and you don't deserve to wear that fucking uniform. I said what I said.
And you didn't deserve to be her shipmate either, motherfuckers.
Fuck you guys. I'm sorry that you went through that, Monica.
I mean, okay, it happened.
That's not okay.
Active duty brothers did this.
Yeah, it was just all the Air Force guys. The Army guys were the nicest people in Kuwait. All the infantry guys would take up the TV room. When I'd go in there, they'd be all crashed out. I'd be like, you guys need snacks. And I wouldn't go get them snacks. And I'd bring snacks, but they were just sitting there. I'm like, Air Force don't got to live that way. That's crazy. You're out there running. I'm like, I'm not running 102, 20 degrees. You got to be high. Not doing that.
So you got all this shit going on. And then you get these Army guys that are cool. And you fucking try to serve them.
Yeah.
Man,
they were nice. And then I ended up getting married to a man that beat the shit out of me for 19 years. But I was so used to sucking it up that I was just like, oh, well, it is what it is. And I asked for help. I begged my family, his family. I begged police officers. I begged churches. And everyone just said that I probably deserved it and I should be a better wife. So I just did that. I just kept becoming a better wife.
What world do you live in? Is this our world, guys? Is this what it's come to?
I said, maybe I'm supposed to do it because I'm the one that can handle it, and a weaker woman couldn't. I don't know.
Well, you certainly don't. You certainly don't need to own all that other nonsense because that's everybody else's fucking psychoactive bullshit.
Yeah.
So first off, you don't get to. You don't. You're allowed to let it all fucking wash off them shoulders. I know it's hard to do, and you probably won't. It takes time, and I'm not an expert in that shit. But I am so fucking sorry for what you had to go through.
Yeah, man.
If that was my command, I'd have fucked some people up. I'd have gone out with you. We'd have gone out E1s together. Fuck it.
Well,
right.
You know, on a lighter note, I do like when terrible things come up, I tend to try to think of something positive. I know that's really hard and it doesn't make sense, but it made you who you are today. You're pretty hard. I can assure you, with all the shits that you've been through so much that a normal bad day is nothing. And so keep that shit in mind. You know,
a bad day is shit.
That ain't shit.
My youngest daughter is severely disabled. She has a rare condition called trisomy 9 mosaic. And so she is completely mentally and physically disabled. She can't walk, talk, stand, crawl. She can't feed herself unless it's like chips or something. She can hold a cup to drink out of a straw, but not a normal cup. And so she just makes noises all day. And so she's had 8 brain surgeries, about 12 spine surgeries. So it came in handy because when her brain blew up in my face, I didn't flinch. I was just like, okay. And then I held her while they stapled it shut. And then when I picked her up after they put the rods in her back, and her spine would snap every time. So then it was just made me stronger to keep her alive because she was going to die. So I don't know. I guess I feel like I did it so I could save my daughter's life. And then after I got a divorce, she lives in Nevada with my parents, and they're amazing grandparents for her. Couldn't ask for better grandparents. They do great for her. So
raise your right hand and repeat after me. I solemnly swear before God and these witnesses that I'll practice faithfully all of my duties as a member of the hospital corps.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first sentence of our pledge, and that's exactly what you did for your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
you
were in the hospital for years at Shriners because she was in Halo, or that's where they take a metal rod and they drill it in your skull and you have to hold her by it. Yeah. So I taught the other moms there, because they're lazy, how to pick their kid up without snapping their neck, and bathing them and switching them and adding the weights. And it's like, I don't know. I just did what I was supposed to do. It's like, all right, well, this is my job, and I just sucked it up. But like, I don't know, you just change your mindset and you just do it.
Yeah.
You just like don't dwell on.
Without spousal support of any kind.
No, my husband did not help.
VA benefits. Let's get into the VA next. Maybe after the break or whatever.
Yeah.
This is just the first part of your journey.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So, wow.
That's an amazing start to your story, man. So with that being said, and like I had told you, clearly you're a pretty strong woman. Clearly. You should be proud of that. You should be proud of that. I promise, because, well, just like you said, there's not very many of them out there. There's a lot of people that are struggling with their mental capacity over the things that have happened to them. That's why we're here. That's what we're trying to curb a little bit, man, I'm just so proud of you for saying all the shit that you just said.
Thanks. My therapist always laughs because I was just struggling. I go, I don't know. It is what it is. She goes, that's not how we worked it out. I'm like, well, I don't know what you want me to do. I'm not going to sit in my room and cry about it all day. Like, I don't know.
You don't realize your own courage. And that's a service member. That's a brother. That's a sister.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you for that.
Yeah.
I fucking mean that to the bottom of my heart.
Thanks for being nice.
I ever spill my guts and say my deepest things here. I don't know if I could do that. You guys are so much fucking more courageous, dude. Thank you for that.
Yeah. Thanks for being nice. No one's ever nice. They're always
just don't be a dick and we're cool.
Right? Yeah, that's why I was like, why is everyone such a dick? And then if you try to make a joke, they get all butthurt. And I'm like, it's a joke, not a dick. Don't take it so hard. What's your problem?
You should just hang out with the people that can accept those jokes wholeheartedly.
Yeah. Yeah. And understand it's coming from
and where I live in Coos Bay, Oregon, I am not accepted. There's only one spot I'm accepted as a vet, and it's the Sovo Center. And they're all very older men, like as old as my grandfather. And they are the only veterans in this community. All the other veteran things, I am not accepted because I'm a woman, female vet, and I'm not accepted or allowed in anything or help or clubs or anything. I'm shunned.
Possible.
And I don't know. They
that naive to the world today. Am I that fucked up?
I just go to this one church up the river, and they had a bunch of vets. And I would always want to talk to them, They were Marines and Army and all that. None of them were Air Force. And they go, you aren't even a vet. You don't even qualify. Just so you can get out of the conversation. And I was like, all right, whatever.
I don't know any vets like that.
Nope. I promise you, if you need your camaraderie, you come with us. We'll find that shit for you. We'll show you where it is. We know where it is. Mm-hmm. Fuck them people. They ain't got it.
I even went to that church with a black eye saying, "Can you tell my husband to stop hitting me?" And he told me to stop being a bitter wife and he can do what he wants. He's the man of the house. You obviously deserved it.
Man, Oregon's really on my shit list right now, bro.
Do not like Oregon at all. This is like by far the worst state. I've lived in 7 states, and this is the worst. My parents won't even move back here, and they love to fish. Like they could sit on a river all day and fish 20, but they're not going to leave Nevada, and it's a desert, which is very opposite of my parents. Just because Oregon just is such it's terrible. Like they are not nice people. They will like the locals are absolutely atrocious. They don't care. They treat you like crap. And it's just like, I don't understand how humans can treat other humans that way. Like, I don't even treat my worst enemy that way.
Mm-mm. Wow. Maybe they're stuck in the 1920s or some shit.
Something, I don't know. But as soon as my middle daughter graduates in 2028, I'm going to do everything I can to move away, far away from this. The whole state should be burnt down, to be perfectly honest. It is a terrible state.
I'm sure there's somebody that agrees.
I can't say these words, but Brian kicked in is like, these guys need to be curb stomped.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I was always
I don't even know how these dudes exist. How do these dudes exist? How did they get past us in service, Joe? I mean, were they around us? Didn't know it?
I just learned to be my own hero. So
I grew up in the infantry with infantrymen. We were just dark and we fucked everything, right? We were just mean and crazy, right? And,
I like
full of ourselves.
Funny.
Never, ever would we have done that to a female. Ever. I swear to you, if we'd have seen you get down on your knees and put your hands on your head with a bunch of Hajis out there, I promise you everybody would have been laid out. I promise, except you. I assure you there would not have been, we wouldn't have went quietly. And neither would you have. I promise you. I can't get this. I can't fathom this. I'm so sorry, man. That bothers me.
So in your story that we're talking about, we've gotten from joining and then a bunch of shit that's happened, and then you got out, right?
Yeah, I was kicked out, but yeah.
Because I was 20 years. No longer in, correct?
Yeah.
We'll do, Brian, let's take a break. Make it a good one. And when we get back, I want you to take us from there.
Okay.
Once you got out, and I don't know this, but we'll go to it. Was the man you're with? I thought let's go. We'll get to it. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Brian.
Join us for Hero Stock, a special event dedicated to honoring our veterans and first responders. Experience a day filled with incredible live music performed by those who served and protected our communities. Connect with our nonprofits dedicated to helping our heroes thrive. Discover the services available to support our veterans and first responders in their journey. Bring the whole family. Kids will love the fun activities designed just for them. Reconnect with your community and celebrate the courage and sacrifice of our heroes at Hero Stock. Join us for a day of music, support, and togetherness. Check us out today on www.herostock.org.
All right. That was a good little break. Rod's probably doing something real quick. But anyway, so I'm going to have to find my piece over that shit one time real quick. But so we were going to be talking about your life after the service, right? So why don't you go ahead and start up exactly where you left off, man, and let us know what you got.
Well, my parents told me not to come home. So I stayed in Alabama for like 3 or 4 months. And then I just got in the car and I drove home because I just couldn't be there anymore. I was going down. It was just like it was just the people. It was just a bad situation. Like I was going to go down the wrong path. Well, I probably should have stayed there because when I moved back to Oregon, I was 24, 25 years old. My mom immediately grounded me, took away my car keys. So I wasn't allowed to do nothing. I found out I was pregnant, and I was had a tubal pregnancy, and I was in pain, and my mom didn't give a shit at all. She was just like, "You're just a whore," and I have never been a whore. I wasn't the girl who had sex. I was literally called the Virgin Mary by one of my friends in the service because I wouldn't fuck people. I'm like, I'm not here to spread my legs. I'm here to work, and I wanted to go to school, but I never got that. So I ended up moving home. And I got a job at the Bandon Dunes golf course, and I met my husband there. And all was great for a little bit, but then he got me addicted to meth for like 3 months, which wasn't good. And then we did cocaine for a few months, which wasn't good. And I kept going down all these wrong paths. And then we became huge pot dealers and sold pounds and pounds and pounds of weed. And then we got married. And the moment we got married in 2004 was the day was like, not even 3 weeks, I got my first black eye. He knocked me out cold onto the ground. Bam. I woke up going, oh, okay. So I ended up going downstairs. I was hanging out with all these like little hippie women, and we would just gather and hang out and like do arts and crafts and stuff. And they're like, why is your eye black? I'm like, I ran into a doorknob. And they're like, that's not what happened. But what was I going to say? So we ended up overnight moving to Nevada, where my parents lived, in 2005. And that's when my husband really started just beating the shit out of me. And right before that, I just got approved for like 70% disability through the Air Force, and I got several $1,000s in back pay. And my husband had spent it all of it. We didn't get to buy a house, nothing. He just spent every last freaking dime of it. And but if I didn't let him, I'd have the shit beat out of me. So I just let him do what he was going to do. And so then we ended up moving to Nevada. And he's a roofer. Roofers are pieces of shit. I've been with roofers in Nevada, California, and Oregon. And I can roof too. I can do your flat roof, and I can do your composition. I can do that shit too. It ain't no fucking man job. I can fucking go rebuild you a house. I can hang my sheetrock. I can lay flooring. I can go drive a dump truck and gravel fucking roads. I can do all the same shit. And he just got worse and worse in Nevada. Started having sex with every stripper known to man. Beat the shit out of me every day. I kept going to the VA in Reno. Never go to the Reno VA ever. I got a therapist. This woman, and women hate me. Women despise that I breathe. She literally told me to suck it up, quit being a bitch. She locked me in a room with a Muslim, locked me, would not let me out. She said, I need to get over my fear of Muslims. I go, how about I just kill them? And so she locked me in there, and I looked at her in the two-way of the window, whatever, and I said, watch this. And I took the fucking chair and smashed it over his head. I go, get me the fuck out. So I got out, and she didn't give me any more disability or anything like that. I kept going to the VA there. This one old guy, I mean, he's like 85 years old. He was in the wrong waiting room up there. And this nurse comes out screaming at him. I stood up, I go, how fucking dare you treat an old man that way? Oh, we're fucking trash. Then I got pregnant. And I went there puking my brains out. And I just needed to see the doctor because I had a tubal pregnancy before. So they said, anytime I get pregnant, you got to make sure, because you only have one tube, you might get another tubal pregnancy. I got arrested in the Reno VA for puking in a trash can because I was going to infect other patients, and I wasn't allowed to come back. I was like, I fucking hate this place. I just thought that I was just like, what did I do? So we ended up having a disabled daughter, and I had to live in a children's hospital in California, which was in Sacramento, which isn't too far from where we lived in Dayton, Nevada, which is a cute little town, by the way. And I lived in there from 2012 to basically 2014. I'd go there for months and months at a time. I didn't have no spousal help. Like, he wasn't there. Like one day we were in there, and her stomach was, because she had a brain shunt put in, but she produces so much brain fluid, which is called CSF. If people don't know that, it's cerebral spinal fluid. And she produces more than 3 adults do in a day. And so her stomach started rising on Thanksgiving, and they wouldn't believe me. I walked out, I go, my fucking daughter is going to blow the fuck up. The doctor comes in and went stab, slit, and fucking we rushed her down the freaking hallway. And so they had to put the tube into her heart so it could pump it out and disperse it properly because it was just too much. And then they put her in an induced coma so that we shouldn't wake up and rip out all the tubes, but she wouldn't wake up after they took her off the medication. And so I freaking did everything in my power. You know how I got my daughter to wake up? And I didn't tell not a soul. You'll be the first people that know. I went and got Rick Simpson oil, and I put a little bit on my finger with coconut oil, and I rubbed it in her mouth. She woke right up. Wow. Right up. Rick Simpson oil saved my daughter's life twice. So I did that. And then we needed better health insurance that Nevada wasn't going to give us. So we moved to South Lake Tahoe, California, which is literally just like 25 miles down the road from where we were. And so California gave me fantastic insurance for children and a disabled child. And then my husband got us kicked out of our house up there because he had to run his stupid mouth. And so I said, well, I don't want to move back to Oregon. And so he made us move back to Oregon anyway, because this is where he's from. But I like being in the children's hospital only because that means I have to be around my husband so I didn't get the shit beat out of me. Because I've been knocked out so many times. I've had broken wrists, my wrists pop out of place all the time now because he broke them so many times. Black eyes, broken eye socket. I've been knocked out freaking, I don't even know how many times. So for all I know, I could have a TBI. I don't even know. And so we moved to Oregon, and I thought, okay, well, things are going to get better. And no, they did not get better. They got worse, and my daughter got worse. And so the only good thing was right after I moved here in 2015, back here after 2015, I had to go to the VA in Roseburg, VA, which is a really nice VA. And for another review, because once you get on disability, you got to go to review you have to relive every stupid little thing. And I'm like, this doesn't help that you literally have it all written down. My story hasn't changed in 20 years. So why the fuck do you keep asking me? Well, oddly enough, the moment I went in, this man, this older man was the guy that I had to talk to. He had one eye, and he's all, what's your name? And I go, Monika, but I go by Moni. And he's like, no fucking way. And I go, yeah, why? What's wrong? He goes, my wife and I were just in the car and we heard the song Moni Moni, and we wanted to know if that was short for a name. I go, yeah, short for Monika, not Monica, Monika. And he goes, oh my God. And he goes, all right. He's all, give me a just real quick. Don't give me any details. And I go, well, this is what I've been doing since then. He goes, okay, 100%. I'm done. He's like, you don't have to do this anymore. And I was like, what? He's all, no more reviews. Permanent. I go, oh, sweet. Right. So that was the good thing about moving to Oregon, is that I don't have to do any more stupid VA reviews to be on disability. That helped. And then
so you get VA now. You're a disabled veteran now.
Yes, I get it now. But now the VA is going to take over $7,000 from me. So they're going to take 2 to 3 months worth of pay like that. Because in 2022, when I divorced, I submitted all the paperwork and twice. And I called them every month saying, you haven't changed my pay. You haven't changed my pay. I got a divorce. Da, 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 da. Well, they never changed my pay. Well, now my lawyer, who's supposed to be on my side, is going and telling them that they screwed up and now they need to change all that. So now I owe them over $7,000 for 3 years worth of pay. Huh. So I'm already behind on my mortgage because I became a single mom, and my ex-husband pays child support whenever he wants because he's cokehead. And they don't really care, and Oregon doesn't really fight for women's anything. And so, since 2021, I left him in 2021, divorced in January 2022. I've been making sure everything's been paid, all my mortgage, my water, my power. I give my kids whatever they need. You know, I do everything I possibly can. I've never been late. Well, last couple months, he got worse, and he doesn't help his children. He doesn't give them $5 for lunch. He doesn't do nothing. So I got, as of December, I'll be 2 months behind on my mortgage, 2 months behind on my water, 2 months behind on my power. And now if the VA takes my money, then I'm foreclosed and I'm just homeless. So I'm like, I've been having mini strokes because of all the stupid stress. And the doctor's like, reduce your stress. Well, how am I supposed to reduce my stress? Like, I don't understand. Like, what do you want me to do? And like my ex-husband constantly threatens to kill us, kill his kids. If I can't have you, no one can. And it's just been a clusterfuck of a mess. And I just go, well, whatever. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I just do it. And I don't know. I don't know. I went to they have all these different organizations here too that are supposed to help when you're in need for your water, power, and your rent. They don't do mortgage. I just found out. But no one, every place I went to said, no, they were not going to help me. And I was just like, of course not. Why wouldn't I? Because I'm not a freaking whore with 12 baby daddies and freaking I don't do meth all goddamn day. Of course you're not going to help me. So now I'm all screwed up. And so I
want to do something completely unique right here. Brian, can you come on the show with us? Is that doable under executive producer stuff?
Sure.
Brother,
come here.
What up?
Before this ends, we're gonna get some facts, and we need to help her in many, many different ways. And I know we can. And if you're willing to take that kind of help, Monika, I mean, if it's gonna work for you, then we want to help you. Like number one, do you get all the VA benefits you deserve that you've earned?
I don't know. I got a medical and I get my check every month.
Okay, good. Are you 100% disabled?
100% permanent and total, yes.
And pay is the same?
Pay is the same.
Okay.
And now, yeah. But it's supposed to be reduced because I think you get like $200 a month for a spouse. So at least that's what I was told. So now they're going to take 3 years worth of that pay from me all at one time.
Brian, you know, we can talk to somebody about getting her a waiver on that or something.
Hey, yeah, I'll talk to you after the show. I'll talk to her after the show. There's some things I might be able to help her out with.
So I don't want her to leave the show without us doing that. That's all.
If you have your 100% total and permanent, do you have Social Security as well?
Yes, I get.
You got it. Oh, nice.
Nice.
I have to go to reviews all the time for it because it's not permanent and total. And so they told me the last time I had a review, which was several years ago, that they've given it to me long enough and I should be healed by now. Nice. This is the kicker. When I went in for my Social Security review in Nevada, and I went in there for my knee because I had torn my MCL in a golf cart accident, going up and down, doing figure eights on an earth cover igloo. I mean, whatever. And so I went in there, and the doctor said, "Well, I need to check your breast." And I go, "What the fuck do my breasts got to do with my knee?" And he goes, "All the women let me check my breasts." So I took my cane and I went, "What the fuck? You're not fuck away from me!" And I got out.
Yeah. I don't say because I'm a Corman. I know they're all connected.
She has a way of telling a shitty story and making it kind of funny. I mean, none of her story is funny, but she has I guess at this point in time, you just kind of have a humor to you because.
I mean, if you can't laugh about your trauma, you're going to be miserable as hell.
No, right? You have a unique way of handling. I think I love it. I've been back here just giggling and laughing and
saying holy shit
and related. Yeah, there's all. I'm up now. Like wanting to punch some shit. Like, gosh, damn.
The people here, they don't like my mouth. They always tell me about my mouth. You know what I always say to them? I go, "That's right. My mouth's only pretty when it's wrapped around your dick."
Well, that's a strong way of getting your point across.
That shut someone up real quick, huh?
Yeah, they just look at me and I'm like, that's how I talk. Shut the fuck up.
Shock and awe. Give them that shock and awe.
When I have to be professional, I will. Like, I go to church and I don't go in there but there are older vets and we all just laugh and stuff. And, you know, we may not use the F word inside church, but the moment we get out, you know, it's different. I have respect for people I'm around. But if my day-to-day life, if you're going to be a dick, like one idiot came into Safeway at my local grocery store and he started running his mouth about how he had to wait in line. And I got in his face. I'm like, "Hey, motherfucker." I go, "It's my fucking store." I go, "You don't come in here and disrespect the people that are giving you a service that you're fucking paying for. They're not fucking, you got to wait in fucking line and wait your goddamn turn." I escorted that motherfucker out. I go, "Don't come back. Don't do it. I'm not going to do that. Be a dick.
Shut up.
Don't be a dick."
Yeah, get in line, bitch.
I'm gonna let you guys get back to the show, but I got some things. So Monika, don't head out right away. Stand by afterwards. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll get to you with that shit for sure.
I didn't want to leave. I didn't know when to do it. I didn't know we could do it after. I don't want you to leave here without us getting you some whatever. If you don't need anything, then then good. But if we can help you make sure you're in the best place you can.
Right.
So a couple other questions I have then. So you are now divorced and you got to pay child support or not. If you can't make it on your own, we want to talk about that. Okay. After the show.
Okay.
You've been so candid. So I just wanted to address the candidness. All right.
Well, thanks for letting me be me.
Oh, you're fucking boy. You're welcome.
That's the way we like it, man. We want authentic.
Actually, it has nothing to do with us.
You should be authentic when you come out, and just in life, man. Just be who you really are. If people can't deal with you, then they can move along. Okay,
if someone doesn't like this version of you, then fuck them, because you're badass, dude. So they just can't handle badass.
I get told all the time that I need to be a soft-spoken woman, and I'm like, well, there's that little bitch over there who goes and freaking pours 10 pounds of makeup and freaking sits around and just does nothing all fucking day. I go, well, I'm gonna go fucking cut down a fucking this, and I'm gonna go build this, because you guys are all little bitches. If I have to do everything myself, why the fuck do I need a man? I fucking can do it all my goddamn self. So shut the fuck up. If you're not gonna contribute to help me, then get the fuck out, because I can do it all on my own.
You just keep being you and doing you. You're doing good.
If I was your dude, I'd be like this all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Just fucking shake my head. I love her. Like fucking. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool, dude.
Oh, yeah.
So now here you are, and you've helped your daughter with RSO. You said it. I'll repeat it. Is your daughter still with us?
Yes. She just turned 13. She was born 11/11/11. She was my veteran baby. She's doing wonderful with my parents. They have all the patience. Well, I learned patience once I had her, but they were going downhill quick because the grandkids moved away. And so I was like, Mom, I have to get a job, and I have to work under the table. So I got to get a job, because I'm not gonna be able to make ends meet. I've got almost I got a little over $6,000 in bills a month. I barely make that. I got to get a job. And so she goes, okay, well, I'll take Annabeth. And for the first 2 years, or actually probably a year and a half, I felt like the shittiest mom that I gave my kid away. But then last Christmas, I went and saw her, and she has the best life. You couldn't ask. She gets way better life than I could have ever given her, because I would have to take care of all three of them. So she gets all the attention, all the love, all the support, everything that she possibly needs. Annabeth and her name is Anna. So I've got Lorelai, all their middle names are Moon. And I got Lorelai Moon, Isabella Moon, and Annabeth Moon. And her name is Annabeth. And her and I were best friends. We were with each other all day, every day. I homeschooled my children just so I could keep everybody together. And then they finally went to public school, and that's why they're borderline geniuses, because I was like, no, you're going to learn to self-study, and you're going to learn to self-teach yourself. And so we would take a whole year's worth of homeschooling and do it in 3 months. The rest of the time was playtime. And they learned life skills, how to cook, how to do this, how to do everything.
Mm-hmm. How to survive. That's what's up. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So my kids, although they say they're not like me, they're fucking identical. They say they're not. My mom is like, why did you have two of you? And I'm like, because you jinxed me, and you said, I hope you have a daughter just like you. So now I got 3 of them that are just like me. One just can't talk.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So they're not going to let no man push them around, because they watch their dad do all kinds of horrific shit. So,
I'm sorry.
So one thing I have for you that we haven't even touched on yet, and we talked about your daughter and RSO, but is cannabis helping you at all? Are you utilizing cannabis for yourself?
I was for years and years. I actually just recently stopped smoking weed, because I just wouldn't stop packing up all the black shit from the oil fields in Kuwait, and it just made it worse.
Mm-hmm.
So I have been taking the CBD oil, and I'll do the dropper oil. I'm currently out of it, and the one with the THC oils, because then that helps me sleep at night, because I don't sleep. I sleep in 45-minute increments, and then I just wake up. I don't sleep. Sleep is not my forte. I don't sleep well.
Gotcha.
Well,
So you don't use.
You have to rejuvenate your body, lady. You have to rejuvenate. You have to sleep.
You do. Sleep is very important, and so I'd like you to kind of work on that. I know that it's difficult, and we get stuck in our sleep patterns, and sometimes they're really hard to break. But if you can get a little bit more steady sleep, at least a couple 3 hours at a time, you might start feeling a little bit better.
Yeah, and I'm a light sleeper, so it's like I never fully go to sleep. I'm still kind of awake to listen because my ex-husband has broken in many times since we got a divorce and beat me, raped me. Like it's just so.
It's keeping you hyper vigilant. That's a bad thing sometimes, especially in public and at home. If you're in your safe space and you're hyper vigilant, you're not gaining anything. You need to.
Yeah, I don't sleep when I'm at home. I'll just stand in one spot if I got to.
Yeah,
relaxing is not what I do. I don't know how to relax.
Yeah,
it makes me think of this in my head. You may think because of the longevity of the things that have been going on in your life, the longevity of this negative, you think it's fucking normal. I think.
I think it's normal for me.
We got to find you a new normal.
I'm just used to it, I guess. I'm just like, well, that'll happen. The day's a new day.
A little more sleep, a little more peace.
I keep saying I'm going to sell everything and leave everybody and move to the middle woods in Alaska.
You'd fucking do great, but then everybody that does love you won't get to see you.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think anybody loves me here. My kids sort of turned against me, and they have recently told me that I'm a worthless piece of shit mom. I don't do anything. I should kill myself. So my kids, my house is like 2 houses in one. So they live in the front house and then I live in the back house, and we don't really speak or talk anymore. And they're 17 and 14.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
All of us in one pile. Do you believe that you've earned this? You deserve this?
I don't know if I believe that I deserve it. I just always ask, well, what did I do so wrong in my life for it to never stop? Because the moment I get happy and I'm like, all right, things are going great, shit just goes downhill big time. It's like, I feel like I'm in the fetal position on the ground and everyone is screaming, you're worthless, you're a loser, you've done nothing, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. And I'm like, oh my God. And all I do is try and make everyone happy around me. Like the underwear I've got holes in it because I haven't bought underwear in like 10 years. I have clothes from when I was in high school that I wear. I can still fit in my military uniform. I don't buy anything for myself. Like sometimes I'm on my period and I don't have money to buy tampons because I had to give it to my children or pay the bills. I'll use a sock or a washcloth like my grandmother taught me because she was in the Holocaust. We learn to adapt. We use what we got and we don't bitch about it.
What came to mind when you were talking about that, you're not sure if anybody loved you, okay, because I know these situations arise. But one thing that you need to do is love yourself. All right. If you can't love yourself, nobody's going to love you anyway. So if nobody's loving you, at least love yourself. That's what you need. Okay.
That's why I'm an only child too. So I don't mind being alone. Like I like my own company. I have fun all by myself watching my TV, I like to read when I can focus on reading because my brain doesn't ever shut the fuck up. And so I've got a lot of cats. So I'm the crazy cat lady and I like to love on my cats. And I have a psycho German Shepherd I got from the Czech Republic. His name is Sabo. He drives me batshit crazy, but I love him to death. I got him to hate men, but instead he hates dogs and goes straight for their jugular. Well, totally not what you're supposed to do. He loves men, but hates dogs. I'm like, I hate you.
So Joe was asking about cannabis. You're not using any cannabis
just the mixture of the THC, CBD oil, and the dropper thing.
Okay. So you medicate under your tongue with the dropper?
Yeah, I put it underneath my tongue. Yeah. Okay.
And how many you do that number of times a day just to keep a nice even keel?
Yes, I do it like lots of times a day. Yeah, because it's not super strong, so you don't get all like super. Because I used to smoke so much weed, I never actually got high anymore. It was just like kept me stable.
Right.
But I got tired of hacking up all the black shit. And so they're going to do a CT scan, I guess, on my chest for PACT Act to see if I qualify for it, which I'm sure I won't because they don't call me for shit anymore.
Mm. So when you did use cannabis, what style? How did you ingest it? The dabs and stuff like that?
No, I don't like the way dabs taste. I would just, oddly enough, I would take a backwoods cigar, dump out the tobacco, and roll it in that, and then smoke it.
Okay, I got you. Yeah. So the tobacco, man, I'm not a fan of the blunt, the tobacco blunt thing. I just not my style.
Or
I like
the pipe. I did have a pipe, and I hate bongs with a passion.
Yeah.
But I did use the pipe.
Cool.
I like my little pipe thing. My mom used to have this bag thing, and it was just like this really clean air. And she like got rid of it, and I'm like, what the hell? And I can't afford to buy a new one because that didn't make you cough and gag and like I'm just like, oh God, you know. And I have a great weed shop here. It's called Bahama Buds. You get the best of the best, and they give you good military discounts, nicest people, and they're intelligent. They know everything about the plants, the growers. They're kind. They're great. I go in there and I can be in there bawling my eyes out, having the worst day. I can go in there in my pajamas. It doesn't matter how I go in there. They're just a really nice company.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So another thing about cannabis did you like your sativas or did you like indicas? Both? Didn't care?
I liked sativas because indicas made me too. Okay. So I don't drink. I don't like to drink. If I do, I have like one cocktail. I don't like every once in a while, every few months, I will just get mad and just get shit faced. And then I wake up and going, why did I do that? I don't even drink. But I like to be in control. And so indica have made me less like I couldn't do more. And I always have to be doing and going and going. I like to call myself the crackhead without the crack because I have so much energy and I've always had a lot of energy and I don't know. And so sativa just kept me going all the time.
See, now I'm the opposite. I had a lot of energy. And so my brain was very active. And so I'd be on to 20 tasks at the same time and never complete one of them.
That's me.
And so the indica slows me the fuck down. Not a whole bunch. I don't go get ripped. I just will take a few pops, calm my brain, focus, do the fucking task. That's why
that's what the indica does for me. But then I feel like, I feel like I always have to be doing something because everyone is screaming at me. You need to do this, you need to do that, and you do this, and you do that, blah, 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 blah. So if I sit to even relax for 2 minutes, I got to get up because someone's going to tell me you're not allowed to sit.
You know,
so going.
This kind of stuff is directly related to childhood trauma. This shit, not being able to, you have to accomplish something every day. You have to do something. You can't sit down because you're being lazy. That's fucking directly related to childhood trauma. Yeah. Drop that shit. You are in an age and you've been through enough that you can take a fucking day. All right. I tell myself, hey, dude, remember, you're fucking retired. I don't have to do shit but stay white and die. That's
right.
Yeah. That's a fact.
Then if people hear, like, if I don't stop what I'm doing, like last week, I was like, I have so much laundry to do. It's not even funny. I've got bags of trash I got to take out. I got to vacuum. I got to do all this stuff. I put all my shit on hold because everyone else was like, I need you to come here and do this. You need to pick me up and take me here. And you do this, that, and the other. And I took a day. I was like, today is my day. I'm going to do all my shit that I need to accomplish. I got my ass reamed from so many people. How fucking dare you? You leave me. You don't get to do this, that, and the other. And I'm like, oh my God, I fucking hate everybody. How about you all fucking die?
Mm.
You know, we teach people how to treat us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Monica.
My mom,
how to treat us.
My mom and my daughter, like, you're a people pleaser. I'm like, you're the one making me people please.
Yeah.
Like if I try and do something for me, you guys get mad, and so but yet you guys tell me I need to relax and I do this, but then you scream at me because I'm not doing enough. Like my daughter, the front house, both of my daughters, it is an older house built in the 1800s, so it's fallen apart everywhere. And I started the laundry room and I started the stairwell and I haven't finished it because I ran out of money and material. And so they told me the other day, why don't you get off your fucking ass and fucking clean it? I'm like, because it costs fucking money. I go, how do you got the fucking 10 grand? I go, just give me $500 so I can go buy some sheetrock and wood and some baseboards and paint. Can you do that? Because I don't fucking have it. Like, yep, you always have some fucking excuse. I'm like, I never even wanted kids. Then I kept locked up. I was like, stop breathing on me. When I was married for 19 years, I counted it. I had sex 68 times. That's it. And every time I was always fucking pregnant. And I was like, quit fucking coming near me. I don't even want any fucking kids. But then I had kids and I was like, oh, kids are great. Da 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 da. I'm a mom. So I just put my whole life in being a mom. I homeschooled. I took care of them. And my house was clean. You could eat off the floor. You could eat off the ceiling. Donald Trump would have been fucking happy with my goddamn house. I'll tell you that. Freaking, there was home cooked meals 3 times a day. Nothing came out of a box. Freaking, I learned how to cook better than every goddamn piece of shit restaurant anywhere. Freaking, I did everything. I was like, leave it to Beaver freaking wife and mom. So, and then I got a divorce and I was like, why do I got to do all this crap by myself? And then people are like, you need to ask for help. Well, I do ask for help and you guys all say no. So fuck everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I talk too loud. I go, I'm half deaf in my right ear. I go, I don't even know I talk loud. My kid's like, you're screaming. I go, no, I'm not. Like, why do you always sound mad? I go, I don't know. I was in the military. I'm not mad. If you know, when I'm mad, you're going to know because I'm going to say, hey, you motherfucker. Like, they know I'm fucking mad.
You are a horrible people pleaser.
Yeah. That's it.
You are, man. You people please, and maybe that needs to be cut in half. Maybe
you
take
need
some
to practice on pleasing people better. That's what I think.
Hey, it comes down to a time when people are gonna have to do for themselves, right? That's
right.
Just like you do.
I always look at people. I go, why can't? Especially single moms. I'm like, even though I was married, I was a single fucking mom. My husband did not change diapers. He did not babysit kids. I was not allowed to have a friend. I wasn't allowed to leave the house. If I left the house, I got my ass beat. If I was wearing not what he agreed to, I got my ass beat. I needed to shut the fuck up, stay the fuck home, cook, clean, and raise kids. So I fucking did that shit. And I fucking made sure it was all done perfectly, never half-assed, perfect. And I see all these stupid fucking single moms out there crying the fucking blues. Man the fuck up and do your goddamn fucking job and quit fucking bitching. Like, it's taking care of a baby. Calm down.
But then you have the other side, Monica, that says you should have fucking stabbed that motherfucker first time he touched you.
I know. That's it. They always tell me, like, well, why would you put up with that? Why didn't you ask for help? I did go for fucking help. And then in 2020, I finally decided I'm going to hit back because his favorite move was to come home, freaking pick me up, turn me upside down, slam me on my head, then pick me up, throw me across the room to hit the wall, and then pick me up and headbutt me. That was his routine every day. And so I finally got so mad. I go, I'm done with you and I'm done with your mouth. I hit him so fucking hard. I fucking split his whole lip open, gave him fucking stitches. And then he fucking did it again. I went over to the stairwell and I said, watch this, bitch. And I kicked him down the fucking stairs with a Spartan kick. I said, fuck you. And I go, I told you for 10 fucking years, if you didn't change, I was going to fucking divorce you. And the moment we moved into this house, April 1st, 2021. We were still married. We bought the house with my VA loan. And he was only here 3 months. And I went and got a restraining order. I'm fucking done. I refuse to get beat anymore. Get the fuck out. And so I had a restraining order on him for 2 years. And then he just attacked us in June. He attacked me in the child support office. And then he stood on top of his daughter, who was 14 years old. And he walked on top of her over a chair trying to get out the fucking door after he slammed me against the door in front of the child support lady, no less. And he didn't get in trouble. That's my fault. I was an instigator. The fuck did I instigate? I was here to do child support. I've totally forgot my train of thought now.
You were bit.
Anyway, he freaking he's just abusive. So I don't know. I forgot what I was going to say. But anyway, yeah, he just did that. So he's been going to court all the time, but the courts keep saying, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, I tried to get another restraining order. That's what I went to go try to get another restraining order again in the beginning of the year twice. And the judge said, well, if he hasn't hit you, then you're fine. He seems like a good man. It seems like you're the one with the problem and you're a bitter ex-wife. The fuck did I do?
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It's a man's state. Men can do whatever they want to women here and they don't get in trouble.
You could live in any state that you wanted. Where would you live?
If I could live
anywhere,
well,
the whole fucking United States, where would you go?
I don't even know. I ask myself that all the time. And I always say, well, maybe I'll move in with my parents in Nevada to help with my daughter. But then I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that yet. Maybe I don't want to do that yet. And then I'm like, I really like the South. I think the South is an amazing. I love the Southern people are just a different breed in their own, and they're nice. Like they're actually nice.
Dance your girlfriends down south than you do where you're at right now.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, no. I wasn't. I go to this tanning salon, and there's two women that work there, and they're very, very nice. And they're the first two women since 2000. So in 24 years that have been my friend or nice to me at all. Women fucking hate me. And I dress like a hobo. Like, I mean, I don't dress pretty. I don't ever match. Like, I don't wear makeup. I wear dreadlocks. I don't want to do them fair. I'm not going to sit in the fucking mirror and put makeup on and do my fucking hair. The only reason why I get my nails done is because my kids said I look like a lesbian. And I go, but I'm not a lesbian. And I go, I don't want people to think that. And then, like, what if my soulmate does come along? Oh, she's gay. No, I'm not. So I dress like a hobo. I don't even care what I look like. I wear boy clothes, stretch pants, freaking, I don't know. So,
man, it's really, really shitty that everybody has a lot to fucking say around you, man. Sometimes it's best just to shut your fucking mouth and go on about your business, but apparently nobody can do that around you.
Dude, it's so weird. People walk up to me. I don't even fucking know. And people will be like, you know what? You'd be more attractive if you didn't have dreadlocks. Well, you'd be more attractive if you could see your dick. When was the last time you saw it? Fucking dumb. Like, people are dicks. Like, I don't even know you. Why are you talking to me?
I love your attitude. That's great.
So
that's good shit, man.
Wow.
Yeah, man, that's a hell of a story, Monika. Sorry, the pronunciation may get me a few times, but that's a really powerful story.
You threw me off. I'm like, that's an Ika.
I'm for German. Monika and Gertrude Setsodi.
Nice.
So my dad used to call me Gertie when I was little.
Monique, Monique.
Well, seriously, we would seriously like to get you involved in some of these veteran groups. Perhaps you can find some female veterans that are close to you, or just some veterans in general that are nice and are willing to talk with you and be around you, man. That's that kind of camaraderie that I think you need. I really seriously think you need some of this veteran community camaraderie, man. At least the shit that I've been seeing, there's some riffraff out there. Don't get me twisted, but yeah. For the majority of them, man, they're all like us, man. We just want to help our fellow veterans. Want to help even civilians too, man. I just want to help people. A lot of it's needed, and so let's get started, man.
Yeah,
you gotta have 10 minutes a day to join a call where everybody fucks each other's balls for a minute,
right? Like, if you don't roast one another, do you even love each other?
Right?
Not really. And so I tell you what, being a part of the VCC, the Veterans Canada community that I always promote, because it's was put together by a bunch of like-minded veterans, like-minded like you. Yeah. And that's why I say you should fucking be a part of this group, because I think you would benefit greatly from the camaraderie, the lack of judgment.
Right? Like, I walk around like I'm a poster board. Like, there are people who are like, well, for someone who doesn't want attention, you sure look different. I go, this is what makes me happy. I go, I brush hair and wash it every fucking day and put hairspray and curling, not crap. I don't want to do that shit. If I look good bald, I'd shave the shit bald.
Right.
Two things. What? Oh, sorry, go ahead, Joe.
What I was going to try to encourage you. It seems that you can't find anybody that's worth a fuck, right?
Yeah.
So I encourage you to just emulate what you think is worth a fuck and go out there and help. Go out there and do. I know that sounds a little bit much what you got going on, but I promise you, if you just get out there and do for someone, a veteran, talk with them, you have experiences that you can relate to people. Okay, especially the female crowd. This is something I cannot relate to with the sexual parts of that stuff, and that bothers me so deeply. I just wanted you to know that. But reach out to these veterans and try to help them, and vicariously, it's going to help you. That is what I did. I couldn't find any help that was worth it. I'd go talk to the people, the therapists and shit, and some of it worked. But what I really needed was this. I needed these people. And so by me going out there and using my experiences and the bullshit that I went through and that I survived, I know where people are from, where they're coming from, right? This is my first experience not knowing where the fuck you come from, as far as the problems that you deal with. So I encourage you to be out there and help these other females that I have no doubt have gone through the same shit you have. it helps our mental status. It helps us heal because, well, we're not alone, right? And so, but anyway, and we're helping. We're being present with the individual, and that helps us heal too.
And if you come on to VCC, you can teach us bitches how to be a little tougher.
Yeah.
And I'm like, everyone's weak. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I get a little soft every now and again. I need to be beat up a little bit. Yeah.
I could use some extra help.
And you know, if I'm honest, I would not have guessed this from an Air Force female.
Never in my million years.
Never. I would not have guessed that a female airman would fucking be hard. I just love it. I love it.
Well, thanks. You know, that's the one reason why I'm not a lot of accepted, because I was in the Air Force and that's not real military. I go, actually, the Coast Guard's not. They're Homeland Security. So shut up.
They're part of the DNR.
Fucking dumb. And I'm like, oh, you just know. I'm like, so we get in an argument all the time because we're filled with Coast Guards here, and I can't.
You missed
I
your
can't.
calling. You missed your calling in the Marine Corps. You missed your calling in the Marine.
Yeah.
Brian, you can. We'll talk later. You missed. Yeah. You're a fucking Marine, is what you are.
Yeah.
And no offense, Army guys, I love you too. You know,
no,
like,
she's
got
a Marine.
She's got that fucking thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she's a Marine through and through, man. I give it to you.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna help. Let's talk after. Let's find any ways at all to make a day better for you.
Yeah.
And what we found is if we can help you put one good day after another, get you some wins.
Mm-hmm.
When you start seeing some wins, that gives you hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the more hope you have, the longer you stay with us.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Because I tried to go that route a few times and it wasn't so great.
Well, let's do it right this time.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
We got a lot of people willing to help. And to be honest with you, we could use your help.
Oh, I would love to help.
Mm-hmm.
I like to take care of other people. It makes me happy. I like to when they're sick, I like to heal them. I like to, I don't know.
You said that in your message. I
used to make my own medicines and everything, like my own cough syrup and everything like that at home, because my daughter couldn't take any of the over-counter stuff. So I learned how to make kid-friendly cough syrup with herbs and all kinds of stuff.
Nice. Good shit.
Yeah. Well, I recommend that you start getting more involved with other veterans. And I know you're like, what the fuck would I do that for? Come do the VCC thing and then use that as your go-by for other veteran things you do.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't meet the standard of your boys and girls over at the fucking VCC, then you don't fuck with them.
Yeah, there's a group here called Operation Rebuild Hope, but I have been banned from it. I'm not allowed to be a part of that veteran community.
Well,
so
you keep bringing this shit on yourself or what?
I know. I'll tell you the story. Want to know the story? Okay, I'm gonna tell you the story. I'll be quick about it.
Let it rip.
Okay. So we used to go to this church right up the river, and my daughter was having a birthday party and invited this family to our house for her birthday. And the kids came to me in my bedroom when I was in my bedroom, these kids, and said, my parents beat me, watched me take a shower. Here's my scars, did this, right? So I was like, oh no, I don't even hit my kids. I'm like, what in the absolute shit? So we called the youth pastor and said, hey, these kids said this. We don't know what to do about it because we don't really know these people. So the youth pastor told the pastor. The pastor called me, not my husband, and said, thanks a lot for ruining the church. Now I'm a mandatory reporter and I have to call CPS on this amazing family. The family showed up at my doorstep with a gun in their fucking hand, threatening the life of me and my children. And their son is in charge of the Operation Rebuild Hope, who is a Marine, and said, I am not a veteran. I am a piece of fucking shit. I am a loser. How dare I try and tear up their fucking family? I go, I didn't do shit. I didn't even fucking know you people. I was just telling the youth pastor to, hey, watch, this is what they told me. I don't know if it's true or not. I don't know these kids. I don't know this family. And so I got kicked out of the fucking church and all this stuff because I was a bitter woman. The fuck? I'm not bitter. I'm the most happiest depressed person you'll ever fucking meet. So that's why I'm not allowed. And I was like, I don't fucking like you anyway. You're a dumb cunt. And your wife fat.
You know, well,
Yeah.
I'm floored. I'm honored. I'm beyond words for you. I don't see a gender with you. I see a brother, a sister, a fellow veteran. You know, and if my brothers got treated that way, I'd fucking stab somebody too. You know what I mean? Like it's an equal thing in my brain.
I don't know what's right to do that. I was the first time I got raped, I was 17 and I was a junior in high school. And I kept it to myself. And then when my mom got home from her training from her job, I had told her, and she goes, "Would you call the cops?" I go, "No, we live in a town of 3,000 people. Why would I do that? Everyone's going to know." And then she goes, "Well, then you probably liked it." And I was all, okay. So then I went to school and he was going around saying that I was a whore. And I got really mad and I screamed down the hallway. I go, "No, bitch, you fucking raped my ass for hours, my actual ass." I go, "Fuck you." So I just learned to be my own hero. I don't know. I just escape. I don't know. I just learned to escape.
I know. I smile when you talk about stuff, and I try to bring levity.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't care.
I try to bring levity to tough discussion. I'm not trying to make light of anything.
Oh no, I don't. That's fine. I laugh.
You smile and laugh because I think as a human being, as a corpsman, I think laughter and cannabis and music. Laughter, cannabis, and music are the three best medicines in the whole
about my
world.
music too. Like rap music will piss me off quicker than shit. I can't fucking listen to that shit. I'll be in the happiest mood as soon as you turn on stupid rap music. Friggin' I'm gay, blah blah blah. I get so mad. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I don't want to listen to that bullshit.
What's your go-to?
So because words words are really too much emotion for me. So I do listen to a lot of classical, but if I don't listen to classical, I'll listen to country and oldies. I know it's so fucking weird, right?
I never heard you to classical.
I'll fucking listen to some Mozart all fucking day.
Yeah.
And I love to sing, which is odd. Like I love singing. I don't know if I'm good at it or not because I never sang in front of nobody and I don't ever think I will, but I will sing my fucking heart out. My daughter says I can sing, but I don't believe her.
Well, you know, one of the things like Rod was saying, you know, because he does smile a lot. I think the reason that happens is because the story that you're mentioning doesn't go along with your attitude about it. You don't show that victim mentality. You have the survivor mentality, of course, but also I'm going to kick some more ass. I have to, you know, so we can appreciate the survivor's mentality, not the victim mentality, because we can get in our own heads with the victim mentality. And so
I don't like it when people, I don't like it. I don't like the poor me bullshit. I don't want to hear it. I fucking shut the fuck up. No, there's no poor me. Like you need to suck that up and you need to find a way to fucking fix it. So that's why I've been trying to find a way to fix the current situation I'm in. And I've exhausted every outlet. And I'm just like, I got to figure it out. There's got to be something I can do to fix it just to get by. Like, I was like, God, I tried to go get a loan even, but my credit's shit since I got a divorce. Like it's super shit. And because my ex-husband didn't pay for anything. And I was like, so I'm trying to fix it. And it's just, you can't fix what you don't have the material to fix it with. So try to adapt and MacGyver shit.
Yeah, that's my style.
So let me get a time frame here.
My vacuum broke. I don't got money to go buy a vacuum. So I went into all these other little pieces around the house and I found a belty thing that I was like, oh, it don't fit. I'm like, watch us stretch it. And dude, it's worked for several months now because I MacGyvered it. I'm like, I'm going to buy it. No.
Nice.
No.
I like that.
You joined in 98, right?
Yeah. October 21st, 1998.
And how old were you when you joined?
20. Now I'm almost 47.
78? Was you born 78?
Yeah, I was born April 13th, 1978.
You're an Aries like me.
Yeah. Aren't we great people?
We're all right. We're not bad. We're not bad.
Right?
The phone fell as she says that. Aren't we great people?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Right? We're great people. I like us.
Brian's April 6th.
Oh,
I'm
see?
April 5th. I'm April 5th. And my other best buddy, one of my other best buddies, April 4th.
Nice.
Oh, God. My grandmother, my German grandma from Germany, she was my very best friend. She died April Fool's Day, 96. She did it on purpose so we can do wisecrack jokes all the fucking time. So every April 1st, I'm like doing practical jokes just for her up in heaven.
Right.
Nice.
All right, so we're going to head out. Well, let's head out, but stay with us.
Okay.
Monika?
You can call me whatever you want. You can call me the girl with dreadlocks. I don't know. You can call me whatever freaking you want. Everyone just calls me Monique. I don't know. Some people call me Monique. Some people call me Mona. I don't give a shit what I'm called. I'll answer to anything.
That one rock song, or not even rock. I'm just going to call you
Moni.
Moni, yeah. Every time I go out, and if there's a jukebox, I immediately go on my phone and I play Moni. And if it's on in this grocery store, I start singing it and dancing down the aisles at the grocery store. What's my song?
I was going to crack one more joke on you, but I can't because you're in Oregon, not California, right?
But I'm born and raised in California, Salinas, California. I was born on Castle Air Force Base.
That's the joke then. You live in California and on the coast, but you don't like water. You didn't fucking join the Navy because you don't like water. You live on the fucking water.
I know. So weird. So when as a kid, I loved the water. But now, like once I turned 15, well, okay, I think it's because we were in the Monterey Bay Ocean in a 16-foot aluminum boat and there was 25-foot swells and you're like, oh, fuck. And then there was a great white shark. And ever since then, I'm not going in the water. And I don't like shit in the rivers. Those little black things that swim around with legs, whatever the fuck they're called. And the fish are going to fucking, I hate frogs. I hate lizards and I hate snakes. If there's a snake, I'm calling 911 real fucking quick. Fuck you. I tried killing a snake with a shovel. I about died. I was like, felt it squirming. I'm like, oh, fuck, 911. Come get the fucking snake.
You don't like the water because you saw Jaws and you made a fucking tattoo.
Jaws is my most favorite movie. Jaws is my most favorite movie. Where's my Jaws? Wait, hold on. I can't turn my arm that way. Hold on. There we go. Jaws.
There it is.
Jaws is my most favorite movie in the whole world. I love that. I watch that movie almost every fucking day.
Nice.
Jaws makes me feel better.
Money, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.
Stick with us, and it'll help you, I promise.
It certainly will.
Thank you.
All right, girl.
Okay.
Brian, take us out of here. Thanks, everybody, for watching.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.